It was a press conference before our first game of my rookie season, but the reporters didn't waste any time filling me in on what the world was saying. I was glad they asked because it helped me hone in on my ultimate goal. I was going to work as hard as I could to make sure that the team and I were holding up the Lombardi Trophy at the next Super Bowl.
Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Tennessee Titans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The final game of the opening weekend of 2020. Time for football from Denver. Broncos and Titans. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense set to go behind their quarterback in his second season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the first round. Ended up going in the second, and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until near the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away. And
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jayon Brown coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Thrown to the sideline.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On the return, Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Banks. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
First down.
But he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Stop made by Jarrell.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Darquez Denard there defensively.
3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun. Banks. He finds Corey Davis. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
7.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially to play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Makes the score Titans 3, Broncos nothing.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Good.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw it is Locke. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Down and 10.
Locke again here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Austin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap to Locke. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Blitz coming in. And down he goes. Jack Crawford able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Pass caught by Jerry Jeudy, his first NFL catch. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Up 2nd and 10 at the 3-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some pushing. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there.
46-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. They're looking for Jeudy, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
At the 40.
And we remind you, still one more game to get to before we put a bow on week 1. It comes up at the conclusion of this one. Titans and Broncos in the AFC from Mile High, and that ought to be one worth staying up for. Off the play fake. Banks. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Banks. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st down.
But Charles, you think about the quarterback position in the National Football League. Look, I think we can agree you can't win without a good one. And this organization was sold on this young man from the very beginning.
They certainly were. They loved what they saw from him in college. I think a lot of it was the ability to process quickly and make decisive decisions. Able to get rid of the football to the right targets, never ruffled. And it's a beautiful thing if you're that guy where you come in, you know, right away. You're the guy. This is your team. You acclimate as the season goes on. The flip side is everyone expects you to be great right out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, it's not always instant success. Kyler Murray last year, Cardinals go 5-10-1, although some didn't expect them to do that well. But Sam Darnold the year before, Jets just 4-12, so it's not always roses from day one. The Titans were #1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive, 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. 25-yard line. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, 1st down.
First play of the drive, a 1st down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They'll try the draw. Lindsey. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Take over 1st and 10. their own 19-yard line.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 20.
A nice throw right there, Charles. And this is a quarterback who said he wants to take this team to the playoffs because he was asked this week, what do you want more? You want to go to the playoffs or would you rather win Rookie of the Year? I think we would understand why he would say, let's get to the playoffs.
Well, it's a smart play for a guy who's the face of the franchise, who's leading the team. You know, if you're the quarterback, you always want to put team goals ahead of individual ones. Let's be frank about the whole thing. Yes, he wants to get to the playoffs, but he wants to do it well. Enough where he is also the Rookie of the Year. It's great recognition. It's a bonus in your contract. But even more importantly than that, it tells the rest of the league that you're playing at a really high level.
Popularity for him not a problem right now because we are told by everybody that the team store having a little trouble keeping his jersey in stock.
Yeah, it's been something because I have relatives who are all calling me saying, hey, how can I get his jersey? I send them right to the team website. Buy his jersey yourself.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Banks. He finds Humphreys. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
1st down.
The CD, I tell you what, really impressed with this young quarterback off the field. He was telling us when he was in college, he used to have a weekly dinner with his receivers, tight ends, and linemen, and that's something that he wants to carry forward to the NFL, just that chemistry and getting with them off the field a lot.
It allows them to know him not just as a quarterback and a rookie trying to learn the game. They get to know who he is as a person, and let's face it, when you really get tight with a guy, there is more performance that's expected from everyone, and you produce a little bit more because you care about that person. What I liked was in the offseason, how he traveled from place to place trying to get to know these guys. He put that bonus money to good use.
And you can see it down on the field pregame, just the inside jokes, how familiar they are with one another. It's going to pay dividends. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Titans.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it.
5-yard line.
Block will try again on second down. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
Third down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to? The head coach, let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful and you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called?
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. 24-3 was the final. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. Mike Williams, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. 31-21, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. To throw on second down. Banks. It's caught. Humphreys. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A give to Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Kevin Byard.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second.
At the 29.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
In the offseason, Melvin Gordon made the move over from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Denver Broncos. He stayed in the AFC West, and now he has a mission to get back to being mentioned as one of the top backs in the league. With a young quarterback, Drew Lock, there, expect him to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield and use his ability in open space to make people miss.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain, and it's second down.
Complete to Melvin Gordon.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. And they get this to Austin. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
He was tackled at the...
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. His throw incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there. And it's third down.
Brings up third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
3-yard loss on the play.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
The goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is good. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw on third down. Banks. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of
that good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. Off play action. Banks. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Complete to Jonnu.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
To 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Banks. They set up the screen for Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. Big play coming. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive. And also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Got a man, it's Humphreys. Touchdown, Tennessee.
To Adam Humphreys.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And it's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Taken in the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Intended for Cortland.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
25-yard line.
To throw again. Locke gets it to Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And he finds Austin complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. This is the tight end fan. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Denver's offense ready to go again. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke. He's got his big tight end fan. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football,
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Titans, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to
The regular season was off to a hot start, and I was full of confidence when I stepped up to the podium. If the press wanted a quote, I was going to give them one to remember. I said my piece, gave them a good quote to run with too, and stepped away. But despite my answer, I knew the games ahead would determine if the hype was real or just hot air.
I remember that day. I mean, the game plan flowed through you, but everyone has someone they can lean on. Which teammate helped you the most?
The whole team respected his opinion. He was sort of the veteran voice of the team everyone looked up to. No matter how things went, I knew I could count on him.